good game well played. I'm Rad and I'm subbing in for Hingers while he's away at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. Get it? Subbing in, like sports, because this is an esports show. Good gear. I'll be joined later in the show by NichBoy to talk about something that's close to both of our hearts. That's right, the tower defending, heart racing strategy of a Clash Royale. But first, the news. The Collegiate Heroes of the Storm tournament, Heroes of the Dorm, has given teenage dirtbags across the US a shot at glory and free tuition. How'd you like that wipe? Made it special. Wink. The puntastically named tournament whittled down almost 500 teams, with winners receiving 3 years' worth of tuition fees, totaling a maximum of $75,000. The finals pitted Arizona State's The Real Dream Team against UT Arlington's Dark Blaze in a best-of-5. Arizona came back from behind to win Game 1, gathering enough momentum to steamroll Game 2. The fight in Game 3 was tooth and nail, with UT Arlington defending from an onslaught that almost ended the game to darkly blaze it back, straight to their opponent's core. The dream was too real for Arizona State, and they managed to take the cake without dropping a single game throughout the entire playoffs. I'm on standby for the teen movie about the odd couple esports team that bands together to overcome the odds, win the season, and get the girl. Starring Zac Efron and a golden retriever. In more news about playing video games to pay for college tuition, the Super League Gaming World Championship has just awarded $15,000 to baby Minecraft players. The championship brings young players together to play socially and competitively in movie theaters across the US. The 10 to 14-year-old participants competed in a number of different Minecraft maps over a 4-week league, with the prize money being split between the winners. Congratulations to tiny baby cutie pie human winners, Julian Wiltshire and Live to Craft. In CSGO news, Twitch and Faceit have banded together to start a $3.5 million league entitled the Esports Championship Series. 20 teams consisting of 16 invitees and 4 qualifiers will compete for a share of the prize pool over the next few weeks, wrapping up in early June. Let's face it, I'm twitching with excitement over these big dollar value leagues. Those games are running now, so if you're keen, check it out! Speaking of totally professionally produced esports tournaments with multi-million-dollar prize pools, Shambles specialist Perfect World have issued an official apology for the flustercluck that was the Dota 2 Shanghai Major. In a statement, they said that, as the organizers of the event, we must take full responsibility. They went on to say they're investigating the matter and taking corrective action. Is it too late now for them to say sorry? Because they're missing more than just your body. And by body, I mean body in the stadium watching the tournament. They're also missing you believing in them. And speaking of things that I believe in, Supercell have announced the first official Clash Royale tournament. The developers of Clash of Clans and Boom Beach are running the tournament on the 16th of April in Helsinki. Players must physically attend, and thus far, the prize pool is undisclosed. Competitive Clash Royale! Competitive Clash Royale! Competitive Clash Royale! Nick, get in here! Nicky, you're here!
Hello!
I'm joined now by everybody's favorite moist towelette, NichBoy. Boy, how's it going?
Good, Miss Monkey, how are you?
I'm good.
Excellent.
I like your shirt.
I like your shirt too.
Thanks.
You a fan?
Yeah, are you a fan?
You made me wear this.
Clash Royale tournament.
Very exciting.
First game of the tournament, the hype is real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I'm interested to see how much depth there is there
Yeah.
as an esport, because I feel like while the game does have depth, most of the time what you're really managing is the amount of mana that you have and the
Absolutely.
amount of mana your opponent
And your
has.
opponent, you only have 8 cards, your opponent only has 8 cards. By about 30 seconds in, you've probably seen everything.
Yeah, you've seen most of what's going on, so there's not too much keeping track of throughout the game, so the depth and the skill cap is not relatively
Yeah.
high compared to other esports. So I think that, you know, you look at something like Hearthstone, which obviously, or Magic the Gathering, which the game takes a lot of inspiration
Yeah.
from, you're taking decks of, 30 cards into a game, and there's
Absolutely.
so many different cards that you can use here to...
And so many ways those cards can interact with each other.
Exactly, and here there's a much smaller tool set there, and then also games like StarCraft or League or Dota, there's a lot going on under the hood that you need to be
Yeah.
keeping, the timings of different mobs, and so many more ways that powers and so many characters interact with each other.
And my worry is as well that there's not a lot of back and forth in something like Clash Royale. The games are
Yeah.
so short; they're only 3 minutes long ever.
Yeah.
Or 4 minutes with 4 minutes with overtime.
Right.
Maximum.
Right.
But there can not really be much back and forth within a game. It's kind of You get a tower, they get a tower, and then you maybe try and battle it out for another tower.
And
even
if it is, you know, because I've had games where it's been tense and where in the last second, I've seen you play some games where in the last second
you just get that rocket down and you're like, yes.
And that's really exciting. But part of the tension of esports and real sports is that you invest a lot of time in it.
Yeah.
And so then those final showdown death moments come after 60 minutes of play and you're getting so tense and so worked up and you've put so much on the line that then that really means something. But in a 3-minute game, I can't get excited after 60 seconds of like going, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Because at that point I'm going, oh, the game started, I missed the first 20 seconds. The game is over in 4 minutes max. And that's just, you know, you could...
It's maybe not enough time to get invested.
You could put 10 of those games together in the amount of time it takes to play a short Dota match.
Yeah.
You don't have the back and forth and the flow, it happens so quickly. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be something that necessarily thrills a crowd.
Oh my God, the balloon will never get through all those buildings.
Yeah, I feel like it might be the kind of thing that's kind of on, and it's there, and you're not really watching like a triathlon.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of thing where you sit. I like watching triathlons.
Triathlon people that
it's one
no
of my
one
favorites.
cares.
No, it's one of my favorite sports
watching,
to watch.
Particularly not Rad.
It's one of my favorite sports to watch. But it's not kind of more like a soccer match where you sit down and you watch the whole thing and you're invested from start to finish.
Yeah, but you know, I am excited by it. I know that Supercell have had some success with Clash of Clans tournaments and stuff that have gone on. So I'm interested to see what happens. I would love to be proved wrong.
Yeah. Well, there's already a huge precedent for Clash Royale tournaments. There was one that ran just recently, $400 prize pool of in-game currency.
Oh, that's a lot of gems.
Well, not really. You don't get that much.
It's really not a lot of gems at all. No.
But there was 54,000 concurrent viewers.
And that's huge.
Which is huge, especially for a $400 tournament. Like
on a mobile phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, there's people there that want to watch it, which is great.
Yep.
It's a lane-based card game MOBA, guys. It's crazy.
Do you think that bigger prizes will attract more viewers, or do you think it should stay small tournaments?
No, I think people tend to follow money, but more importantly, I think people follow games that they're interested in.
Yeah.
You know, Dota has a huge prize pool, but I'm not watching the international because I'm watching someone win, you know, $9 million. I'm watching the international because...
You don't get any of that money, so what do you
Exactly, yeah. I'm watching that because I want to see the greatest players in the world play that game. And so if Clash develops the greatest players in the world for Clash Royale, Clash fans are going to want to watch those people play no matter how much it costs.
Yeah, and see their strategies and see how they work and see interesting things. That's what I love about watching players that are better than me. So another great thing that they're doing is they've introduced different tournament rules.
Yes.
Which has put caps on the level of cards that you can have, and I think it's also put caps on the crown towers.
Yes, because the crown towers, they get more powerful and they do more damage and they have more health the higher level you are.
Yeah, so I think that's a great thing that they're introducing as well, because it is kind of evening the playing field. It's stopping it from being too pay to win, and it is kind of bringing it back to everybody can only have so high a level cards, so everybody does have to play strategy rather than big cards.
Yeah, absolutely. And the difference between Clash and Hearthstone or a MOBA or anything is that you don't necessarily start at the same base at the beginning of every game, because if I am a higher tower level than you, I am better than you at the beginning because I have more stuff.
All right.
Whereas if it's Hearthstone, it is just based on the cards that I have.
Yeah.
And so I think the level cap's a really good idea.
Yep.
And it stops that pay to win thing. And also I think the tournament rules are cool because as casual players, we can reach that level and start participating in tournament rule stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, you can be part of that whole scene without necessarily having, you know, the greatest skill set in the world at the game. You can still participate in the fun.
I have seen a breakdown of someone that said that the tournament rules aren't perfect and they're actually a backward step. Someone did some maths and made the case that the tournament rules
You mean the new set of tournament rules that they're updating?
I think so.
Right,
I think so.
Yeah.
The new set of tournament rules that they're actually making it more pay to win and harder for players. But I personally want to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think that this is such a great space for innovation, and I think that Supercell really know what they're doing, and I think
they're interested.
They're interested, and I think that out of all of the mobile games that have come out recently, this one has the most potential to be an esport. This one has a lot of depth in it, so I'm keen to see what happens.
I agree. Well, that's it for NichBoy. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
If you want to see more of this pretty face and damp hands, you can catch him on Good Game Pocket, which goes online every single day at about 5 p.m. And he also does live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's true. We do lots of first plays and stuff. Yeah. And you're involved in a lot of this stuff.
Sometimes my face is there.
It's a good show. Watch it.
It is. Thank you. Can I have my shirt back?
Ugh.
I need it.
I hope you bought that one.
You don't sell these, you give them away. Bye. That's it for this week's Well Played. Old mate Hingers will be back in the hot seat next week, and I will be back behind the scenes, where I will diminish to the west and remain Galadriel. Thank you so much, everyone, for your super kind words during my hosting stint. You have made me feel so very welcome. If you want to have a chit chat with me, you can tweet me at @UngharaJoe, or if you have any show suggestions for Hingers, you can leave them in the comments below. Until next time, don't be toxic on the internet. Rad out!